Everyone laughed at the old-school janitor who swept the halls in silence. No one knew he had been secretly paying a young girl's college tuition for 4 years, and the truth only came out on graduation day. Before we continue, here's a small request. If you're enjoying this story, please like, follow, and subscribe to stay connected and never miss a new story. The old janitor paid her college fees without telling anyone. Emily Carter had always believed that miracles happened only in movies. Growing up in a small town in Ohio, she watched her single mother work 2 jobs just to keep food on the table. Her father had passed away when she was only 8 years old, leaving behind nothing except old family photographs, unpaid bills, and memories that slowly faded with time. Her mother worked mornings at a diner and cleaned offices at night, often coming home exhausted with sore feet and tired eyes. Despite everything, she never complained. Instead, she constantly reminded Emily that education was the one thing no one could ever take away from her. Emily took those words to heart. She studied every chance she got, borrowing books from the public library because buying new ones was simply impossible. While her classmates spent weekends shopping or going to movies, Emily spent hers tutoring younger children for a few dollars and helping her mother around the house. She dreamed of becoming a pediatric doctor because she remembered how kind the children's hospital staff had been during her father's final days. She wanted to give that same hope to other families one day. By the time she graduated from high school, Emily had earned excellent grades and acceptance into one of the state's most respected universities. It should have been the happiest day of her life, but instead it became one of the hardest. Even after scholarships and financial aid, there was still a large amount left to pay. Her mother quietly sold old jewelry, canceled every unnecessary expense, and even considered taking out another loan, but nothing was enough. Emily secretly filled out job applications, convincing herself that maybe college could wait. Deep inside, however, she feared that if she postponed her dream, she might never return to it. Every afternoon after school, Emily stayed late in the library to study. As the sun set outside the classroom windows, she would gather her books and walk through the quiet hallways where she always found Mr. Walter Brooks pushing his old cleaning cart. The elderly janitor moved slowly because of arthritis in his knees, yet he never seemed to lose his cheerful smile. He greeted every student kindly, even those who ignored him completely. Some students walked past without saying a word. Others left empty soda cans, food wrappers, and crumpled papers on the floor, assuming the janitor would simply clean everything up. Emily was different. She always picked up her own trash and often helped stack chairs before leaving. "Good evening, Mr. Brooks," she would say every day. "Thank you for everything you do." Those simple words meant more to him than she ever realized. Over time, the two began having small conversations. Mr. Brooks loved asking about her classes, her favorite books, and her dreams. Emily enjoyed listening to his stories about life, although he rarely spoke about himself. He often quoted simple pieces of wisdom that stayed with her long after she went home. One evening, after receiving another disappointing financial aid letter, Emily couldn't hold back her emotions anymore. Sitting on a hallway bench with tears rolling down her face, she admitted that she might never attend college. Mr. Brooks quietly sat beside her without saying anything for a moment. Finally, he handed her a folded handkerchief and gently said, "Sometimes life closes one door only because another one is waiting for you. Never give up before tomorrow has a chance to surprise you." Emily thanked him, believing he was simply trying to comfort her. She had no idea those words carried a secret promise. Unknown to everyone, Mr. Brooks went home that night and opened an old wooden box he had kept hidden inside his apartment closet for years. Inside were faded photographs of his daughter, Sarah, who had dreamed of becoming a teacher before losing her life in a tragic car accident shortly after high school. Alongside the photographs were decades of savings he had carefully built by working extra maintenance jobs on weekends, fixing neighbors' fences, repairing old furniture, and cleaning local churches during holidays. He had planned to use the money for his retirement, but every time he looked at Emily, he saw the same determination and kindness that had once filled his daughter's eyes. After several sleepless nights, he made a life-changing decision. Without telling anyone, he contacted the university's financial aid office and arranged to pay Emily's remaining tuition anonymously. He requested only one thing, that his identity would never be revealed. A few weeks later, Emily received an official letter stating that an anonymous donor had covered the remaining tuition balance. She read the letter 3 times because she couldn't believe it. Her mother cried tears of relief as they hugged in their tiny kitchen. They tried calling the university to thank the donor, but the administration explained that the benefactor wished to remain completely anonymous. Emily promised herself that one day she would discover who had given her such an incredible gift. Throughout her college years, every tuition deadline brought the same miracle. Before she could begin worrying, another anonymous payment appeared. She worked hard, earned outstanding grades, volunteered at children's hospitals, and never wasted the opportunity someone had given her. Whenever life became difficult, she remembered Mr. Brooks' words about never giving up. During school breaks, she always returned to visit her old high school. Mr. Brooks was still there, quietly polishing floors, fixing broken desks, and smiling at every student who crossed his path. Emily often brought him homemade cookies or coffee to thank him for encouraging her, never imagining that he was the reason she was able to stay in college. Meanwhile, Mr. Brooks continued living the same modest life. His tiny apartment contained secondhand furniture, patched curtains, and an old pickup truck that barely started during winter mornings. He never complained. Instead of buying new clothes or taking vacations, he happily watched Emily's achievements from a distance through newsletters and school updates. Every report card she earned felt like a gift to him. For years later, Emily graduated at the top of her medical school class with honors. During graduation week, the university organized a special celebration for students and their families. While greeting guests, Emily noticed an elderly man standing quietly near the back wearing a carefully pressed but very old gray suit. It was Mr. Brooks. She ran across the room and hugged him tightly, thanking him for making the long trip. He simply smiled and told her how proud he was. Moments later, the university president stepped onto the stage for one final announcement that would leave the entire audience speechless. True generosity is not measured by how much you give, but by how quietly and selflessly you help someone achieve their dreams without expecting anything in return. Some heroes never stand on a stage, never ask for recognition, and never tell the world what they've done. They simply change lives one act of kindness at a time. Mr. Walter Brooks' story reminds us that the greatest legacy we can leave behind is not wealth or fame, but the opportunities we create for others. This is the end of the story.